are moments away from the weather changing and the ground freezing, and I need to clean out the deer pen one last time before this happens. I also need to build a better winter shelter for the deer. Well, at the moment, the herd buck won't let anybody into his shelter, and because our deer herd is expanding, once the weather starts to change, so I need to throw something up pretty quick. I'm going to mark the legs, get the legs in the ground, and then raise the roof to meet the legs, and it should go significantly faster this way, I hope. The plan is to bring the roof up to the top of the legs once I get the legs situated where I want them. So now we're going to see how much effort it takes to raise the roof up to the top of the legs as opposed to putting the legs in the ground first and then building the roof on top of them. Using nothing but some baling twine on all four corners, I adjusted the roof until I got it where I wanted it. And I believe it actually saved a significant amount of time to do it this way. This corrugated tin that I'm putting on top of this deer shelter was the original corrugated tin I put on our house. The plan was to get this shelter built before the ground froze, and now that I've got the majority of the work done, at some point in the very near future, I'm going to come and use some 1x12s to go around the back of the shelter and create that buffer from the wind that the deer will need on those cold days. So our neighbors Mark and Ola from Mountain Maple Ranch hooked us up with some tomatillos, and Cedar knew exactly what to do with them. Up until this point, both Cedar and I have spent the majority of our lives in Arizona. So that means that we grew up eating all different kinds of Mexican food. Our tastes still revolve around those flavors, and thank goodness my wife knows how to cook a mean tomatillo salsa. We're gonna get to have some nice fresh salsa to keep us company. Well, every evening as the sun is starting to go down, I try to find at least an hour to sneak over here and spend working on this retaining wall behind the 8-sided cabin. If I don't get this done fairly quickly, it's gonna have to wait until next year, and I at least want to get the majority of these small boulders set in place so I can get an idea what I have to work with before I start building this cabin. One of the very last times I had this pen inspected by a state inspector, over a year ago now, she asked me why I would go to such lengths to have fallow deer up here at our place. And I didn't have a good answer for her, but after having these deer around for the last year and really getting to know them, I'm grateful for the opportunity that this has been, although it's been challenging at times. And in those moments, I have gratitude that this is my life, and we get to live it the way that we choose to live it, and that I don't have to run off in the form of a traditional job like I did in my past. We're incredibly grateful for all of you guys that consistently watch our videos. As many as I'm comfortable hauling back on one trailer. Well, I just wanted to say thanks again, and we will see you guys in a week on next week's video. We will get the final log loads brought over here, and we're going to start the foundation logs with the 8-sided cabin. Thank you guys again.